Hey guys, so here's just a little bit about Kahoot. So first off, we're going to log on to Kahoot. You can go to the website kahoot.it, and I have that in my linky. So you can go ahead and go there. So the document I sent you should have the link to that. And you're, of course, going to choose your school email account, and it's going to log you in. And it does take just a moment to log you in. Now, one of the things that you may notice when you log in is a lot of people were like, I don't have access to the premium content. And it's because by default, it actually logs you into your own personal account. What you need to do is click this pull down and switch to make sure that you're on the Oakmont Education account. Okay? So we're going to switch to the Oakmont Education account, and then you're going to have access to all the premium things. I would say that this is the most important thing that you need to do. So now that we're logged in, there are just so many features that they're adding to Kahoot that there's no way I could show you everything in one video without it just being totally overwhelming. But one of the things I do want you to know is that you have access to other people's Kahoots. So if we work together as a team, we can build up this library so we can share, right? So when I go to library and click on team folders, you will see that there are folders for some of the different teams. One of the things we did during the math department training was we made a math department team so that the math department could share some of their Kahoots. And we have a bunch in here already that Jarvis has shared. So that is awesome. I encourage you guys as an English team to do the same thing. Make a folder, share some Kahoots. One of the things that I did when I taught English and used Kahoots is I would do what I call a cold read Kahoot, which means I would embed a poem or even a paragraph, a small selection of something within the Kahoot, and we would read it and then they would answer the questions on it. And I found that that was really useful because some kids will do anything if it's a Kahoot, even if you're doing the exact same thing as you would do sitting down reading, right? Although I get to the point where my students really do love to read together. They do love to read together. But this is one way that you can find Kahoots. You can also create a Kahoot, and then there's a question bank that you can pull questions from about the topic that you want. I did want to point out that when you go to Discover, you do have the option to go to Language Arts, and you can explore the language arts resources. I do want to point out that some of them are free and some of them are not. Okay, so notice this one says free active and passive voice, and that's from Disney. So you might get some kids who are really into this. They also have Star Wars collection, which is fun, ELA with Disney literature. So these are courses designed by people. So some really cool things in here, like, you know, you might be able to catch a kid with the theme, right? So you can go in and you can use any of these. The Disney has some great little 30-second clips and videos that go with it. So you can have some fun with that, right? And you can also, so if you want to choose a Kahoot, you can duplicate it. Oh, but they won't let you duplicate this one because it's an official one. So you can assign it or host it live, but you cannot steal questions from this Kahoot because of the settings of the way they have them. But I didn't know that about the Disney ones. So I hope that this at least gets you started with the Kahoot. There's so much that you can do. Please take a look at my playlist if you're interested in using Kahoots. Some students really, really get off on the competition aspect of it. So it can be really motivating to students in that way. Have a great week.